100 in Hutchinson, Kansas. We are walking around the fort, by the way. This is what I meant by this place having a fort. As obviously, let me just show y'all for the record. We got the Silver Crown, the big booty women in the damn house here tonight at the Kansas State Fairgrounds, Salt City Racing, Salt City 100. And they are lined up and down. You see the Heartbreak Kid, Sean Michael over there crying already. Probably something wrong with the car. Always something wrong. But this is what I meant by the fort. The fort of this place. Because it looks like a fort. And then you get up here and the fort turns into a damn racetrack, ladies and gentlemen. And the grandstand's way bigger than it looks. Then here's the pitting area. Obviously, Cody Swanson. You also have sprint cars on hand tonight. The URSS sprint cars are going to be on hand, as well as sport modifieds. Of course, it's a 305 division, but some pretty big hitters in the sprint car division. Of course, Jeremy Campbell in the house. They did their heat races last night. Jeremy Campbell won. And I believe they're doing a redraw tonight. It's going to be on Flow Racing, and we're probably going to be getting on the mic also, ladies and gentlemen. So yes, you will probably hear the Chaz announcing or co-announcing at some point this evening at the Salt City Racing event, Salt City 100, on the microphone. Let me turn it around here. Of course, Justin Grant looked very strong in hot laps last night. He is in the 91 NASCAR. There's the sprint cars that you see that are on hand. A lot of cars were fast yesterday, but the one car that was, I believe, 8/10 faster than everybody was CJ Leary. And everybody trying to catch up with him in this, well, based on results last night. But, of course, typical format for the Silver Crown cars, qualifying. And then, of course, main event racing also. So you have a bunch of the cars on hand. There's Sean. I can't believe he's walking straight. He drank so much beer last night. I mean, I don't know how he's operating. Look at him. He's all business mode. Of course, Logan Seavey in the 22 car. Looks like you got a driver's meeting going on right now. Potentially. So very interesting. The Jennington owned 3 over there. As it is a long back straightaway, long walk. Like I said, those grandstands are bigger than you think. Especially when you first get here and look at the facility. Like, wow, those grandstands are huge. Of course, Kaylee Bryson, last time USAC Silver Crown was in the state of Kansas at Belleville, she picked up the win. Is in the 26 machine, the Sam Pierce Chevrolet car here in the USAC Silver Crown division. No one knew you were live. Oh, you're talking about last night? Yeah, if y'all didn't catch the live from last night at the Beer Garden, it was gold. It was absolute gold. The Nathan Moore 48 machine, Kyle Steffens 8 car. Had some pretty competitive laps last night. Looks like we do have a massive drivers meeting taking place right now. Oh, we got photographers with his orange band. What's going on?
Not much. Good to see you.
Is anyone going to keep up with CJ Leary? He was 8/10 faster, I think, in the last practice last night.
I doubt it.
The only thing that could stop him is that concrete wall.
That's the only thing that's going to stop him.
And you got a NOS hat on. You can't be saying that. Where's Justin Grant when you need him? Anyway. So, yeah, you got driver's meeting going on. We don't want to talk too loud. Tommy Estes is letting everybody know how it goes, what's happening. Gotta be real quiet. And of course, something pretty cool at the track is they have like their own hub trailer as well, with tires, registration information, everything like that. Really cool how they got that set up on a weekly basis. They did try to group up all the Silver Crown cars down there. So that's about all that I believe are here. I believe they said 24 were confirmed. Of course, these cars, you know, they aren't cheap. And they're not necessarily paying $50,000 or $30,000 like they used to. So not too many of them out there, you know. Unfortunately. I do think maybe we should put some wings on them. Maybe we'll come up with a new class, ladies and gentlemen. Here's the Chaz's idea for Silver Crown, or for these race cars. What I think we should do, we should put a top wing on these things. We should bring back the super modified division. Now, for those who don't know what that is, the super modifieds were basically 100-inch cars with a top wing, no nose wing. And for those who don't know your history books, the first ever Knoxville Nationals, or first couple years of the Knoxville Nationals, was a super modified event. It wasn't a sprint car race. Super modifieds had wings on them prior to sprint cars having wings on them. So it was kind of like an adapted idea, putting wings on the cars. That was originally a super modified idea. So I think that would be cool if you put a wing on the top of the car, did some super modified events, paid big money, get some of the big wing talents to jump in there. Oh no, these USAC officials, they're staring me down. Oh my. But anyways, drivers meeting did just break up, but that's my idea. Pay some big money, put a wing on it, get the wing drivers in there. And then obviously speeds would pick up. Oh my. I think you're clear.
Is that the Chaz?
I think it is.
What's up?
We're singing songs. So we did just release a new song today. Horse shows with horsepower. So check that out on the channel if you haven't. We were supposed to have Kyle Steffens on the show last night, but he dodged us. He did show up late. He showed up late. He did show up, though. Looks like they're doing a lot to this thing. TJ Forge, oh my. One of the crazier things that's happening with the Silver Crown cars this year is the back-to-back race they're going to be having in Illinois. I believe they're running asphalt at Gateway with a Tando with the Indy cars, and then they're going to be running the dirt mile the next day. So 2 days back-to-back, asphalt and dirt for the Silver Crown division. That'll be interesting to see how that actually works out. Obviously, two different cars, the asphalt and the dirt car, so you can roll one car out, roll another car in, but that's still going to be a heck of a challenge of a situation, an asphalt race and a dirt race back to back. So that'll be very interesting to see how that goes. But that's the pit walk pretty much. It'll be interesting. CJ Leary was heading above everyone last night. It was pretty crazy how fast CJ Leary was. I thought Justin Grant was driving it the hardest of anybody, but CJ Leary had the speed on the clock. So we'll see. In our interview last night, or a talk show with Kevin Thomas Jr., he said that was track conditions that mainly dictated that. But it's going to be interesting. Of course, Kevin Thomas Jr. in the Shawn Michael, Chris Dyson owned number 9 machine that Brady Bacon is usually in. And that is this car right here that we went by earlier. So that'll be what car Kevin Thomas Jr. is in, the Concord American flagpole car. So, for the information. Somebody said, why am I not at Eldora? I don't know, man. You probably won't see me in Knoxville either. You probably won't see me in Knoxville. I feel like these events that y'all think are so great, they're kind of the same thing every year. Now, let's be honest. The damn racing that happened at Eldora was unbelievable. I mean, that's some of the best sprint car racing I've seen in a long time at Eldora in particularly. I mean, it was some of the best racing ever, but maybe that's because I wasn't there. If I would have went, maybe it wouldn't have been bad. You know, Broke Joe says this. He says, everything works out soon as Chaz is not in the equation. So, I personally didn't go because I was like, same thing every year. Oh, Silver Crown cars, track that, you know, saved itself, is racing, faced so much adversity. This sounds a little more alluring for me to go to than the same old Eldora drinking, you know, toilet waters all night long. So that's personally why I didn't go, because it was just the same thing over again. And it is going to be, once again, the racing's amazing, but that's why I am not at Eldora. Somebody just said World 100. I don't know. My schedule's, I'm going to try to go see and do things that I haven't seen and done before. And this is one of those things. Being here is one of those things. For instance, the week of Knoxville Nationals, there's a track in Idaho that I've always wanted to go to. Track promoter there really likes my stuff. He wants me to come out and just do things like I've done here with the Hutchinson situation. And I'll get to go see a new part of the world, new track, new area, new region. He's also going to go to some big asphalt sprint car race up in not Toledo, but what's the one over there, Meridian or Boise or something like that. It's like all these things I haven't done. And Knoxville and all this stuff is great and grand, but Dirt Vision and Flow exists. You know, I didn't miss out seeing great racing from Eldora this weekend. I still saw it all. I just wasn't there. I mean, I was still at a racetrack. I was still doing stuff that I ain't done before. But I also didn't miss anything. So, the schedule this year is going to be like that. Similar to Australia. I think Australia did this to me as well. Because in Australia, I got to see so many new things that I hadn't seen before, and there was a lot of instances where I was like, you know, if I want to see it or do it, I'm going to go see it and do it. And that's how it went, you know, and I enjoyed that freedom to go and experience new things. And I think that has kind of hit me this year as well, being here back in the States. It's like, man, why am I just doing a circus? I'm not an outlaw employee. I'm not hired by High Limit. I mean, these are some big events, but it's the same circle. You know, so, I don't know. I just want to, instead of just following all these people like there's some demigod that I have to be around, oh my God, to feel important, I'll just go where the damn wind blows, and it's been blowing to really nice facilities, new experiences and new things, new people, new everything, while being able to watch the races, while being able to do all these other things. So, somebody just said CA to the Gold Cup. With that option of going to Idaho, I believe it's Mountain View Speedway, that would lead in the direction of going to West Coast Gold Cup. And see, that's another thing. Let's just get to the bottom of this as well. So, of all the racing I've went to, there's only a few races that I really want to have to make and see. Obviously, Fairbury next weekend with late models is a question mark. Might want to do that, but probably the best racing I see, and people ask me all the time, is short track sprint car racing. And when people ask me my favorite track, I usually say Placerville. And sprint car racing in California is some must-see shit, guys. It just is. I'm sorry. I'm not a big half-mile sprint car guy. Half-mile Silver Crown, that's great, you know. Half-mile sprint car. Probably lost all our viewers, but with those sprint cars, 410s on those short tracks with the competition is pretty much. Knoxville, it can be really good, but it's just a different style of racing, you know. Nothing bad about it, but Knoxville again, or new track in this beautiful area of the world that I haven't been to and want to see and do. That's the choices there. So, anyway, slowly, about to stumble his ass into getting whooped. He keeps on pushing. I ain't worried about it. Easy work, light work. Easy work. So we just got to the front. We walked all the way around where we were before. So this is how you enter these grandstands. So we just walked in right there. These are how big these grandstands are, guys. And here they got some throwbacks. Funny enough, we mentioned super modifieds. I believe that's one of them right there. The old 100-inch cars. Of course, Jeremy Campbell's 410 360 car. And then the front straightaway here at Hutchinson. And these giant grandstands. It is hard to describe the size of these grandstands. And they're going to be full. Lots of people still to come. We're still about an hour from hot laps. Once again, this will be on Flow Racing, so be sure to tune in. Like I said, we might be jumping on the mic at some point tonight. Pretty big, semi-banked. It looks flat from here, but the track is semi-banked. Last night the track really wasn't hooked up, but they changed up how they worked the dirt, and it did get way better. So they're going to rework the track how they did the other night, or last night. Hold on, we got to stay over here. Oh my God. Anyway, they do have a really good speaker system here. I was surprised. That is something I was very surprised about, was how good that speaker system was. I was in the infield out there on the stage last night doing stuff, shooting some video across the track for the music video that if you haven't seen it, go check it out. If you go and see it, it's called Horse Shows with Horsepower. And it's a very smart-ass song, but it's very good. All the footage in that was filmed yesterday here at the Kansas State Fairground. But what I'm saying is I was impressed by the speaker system. I mean, it is loud. And it's pointing that way, so we're safe. But when they go pre-racing and building up hype, I mean, this whole thing's rattling. It's unbelievable. And the echo chamber that this grandstand construction makes is unbelievable as well. So it's going to be interesting to see when the full bore of race cars, of Silver Crown machines, the original kings of dirt, go green here for 100 laps at the Salt City. I wanted to say Salt Lake City, but Salt City 100 here in Hutchinson, Kansas. Track is really gummed up, different than yesterday. Similar to the last practice session, this track is going to be racy. Of course, once again, URSS Rebel Sprint Car Series on tonight as well, and the Sport Mods. We'll probably be announcing with the URSS series at some point in the evening. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned for the TikToks. I know who may have saw them last night. There was a lot of operational situations going on with Shawn Michael, KTJ, and everybody. If you did not watch that, it's called Jeff Gordon's Story. Kevin Thomas Jr., Shawn Michael, Justin Grant's in there. A bunch of people are in there. Girls are booty dancing and popping behind us. We start talking about a very interesting story in a Uber with Shawn Michael, myself, and Anthony Macri. And let's just say Kevin Thomas Jr. walked away at that point. So go check it out, ladies and gentlemen. The shades are off. It's go time. We'll see you later, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for tuning in. Stay tuned for some more interesting action. And be sure to go watch that new music video, Horse Shows